Hi guys, you're going to have to forgive me for this. It's my first ever live, so I thought I'd give it a go and just give you a bit of a market update of what's happening within the market at the moment. I mean, if we just take a look at coin market cap right now, not that, go live. Look, since yesterday, we've added 4% nearly to the market cap. We were 3.3 yesterday, we were 3.27 the next day. And things are just beginning to pump. Now, if we look at the Solana, as I said in my previous account on my video earlier today, look, we broke out, retested, and looks like we've got a nice pump to the upside. As I said, my next target is sort of 167. But some of the stuff I really want to highlight is, as I mentioned earlier on, if we break this line of resistance and we print a candle above this line, which has held up strong so far, I am incredibly bullish. So far, we've hit a high of 109,823. We literally hit the line perfectly on the 4-hourly, and then the next one is printed on the outside. Again, already my trades are printing cash money, which is great to see. Now, what would be really bullish for me is if we, to be fair, go up one more time, maybe come back down, retest, and then push to the upside. My next price target is around about 114,000. If we go plus that, I'd expect to go to like 120. If we don't and we come back down, we could obviously retest this line before going back up, or because of the CME gap, we might come down all the way down to sort of $95,000, and I'll still be bullish, I have to admit. But this is, for me, kind of the perfect play in terms of a bull flag, which I do think this is. It's quite clear to see from that perspective. But also, one of the other reasons why I'm pretty bullish, if we can find the chart, is Bitcoin dominance has also began to fall. So Bitcoin price is going up, Bitcoin dominance is coming down. That means some of that liquidity is entering some of the rest of the market and the altcoins. So I'm sure some of you guys are like begging and praying, obviously, for a bit of alt season. But right now, like, everything is set up almost perfectly. Look at Sui. We have, and I haven't altered these lines or anything like that since I chart earlier. Look, the sloping line of resistance. We come up, we've hit it, we tested it, we come slightly back down. Are we going to break it? If we are, the next price target I'll be going for about $3.53. Incredibly bullish, very bullish, obviously, falling pennant here. We've hit the line of resistance. My expectations are that we take off from there. So Sui's looking good, which is great to see. Now let's look at some of the other charts. XRP. To be fair, XRP, again, in between the Bollinger Bands, it's getting tighter and tighter, consolidating, really staying pretty close in terms of these lines right now. Obviously, it's like if you look at yesterday was a red candle. Today, obviously, we've basically taken up all that we lost yesterday. But until we break these two lines of resistance here, I'm not going to enter any more trades. Obviously, I've got a trade where I started at, what was it, around $2.02. But my expectations would be when we break this line of resistance, we've tried breaking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially 6 today times, then I'll enter a trade. But right now, we're still trading within these clear lines. We've still got a long way to go before we start pumping up. I know there's a lot of people that are incredibly bullish on XRP right now with the ETFs and everything else that's going on. And some big news, to be fair, around, I think, Ripple files for bank license. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, cool. Look at this. Breaking. Ripple applies for go away. Ripple applies for US banking license. Brad Garlinghouse has sort of posted on his Twitter as well. Headquartered company launched its highly regulated Ripple or RLUSD stablecoin in December, and now they're trying to become a bank. How mad is that? XRP, for all those XRP degens right now, the company that obviously founded it, everything like that, is potentially going to become a bank. And if you're looking liquidity in terms of those XRP tokens, I'm pretty sure a bank is probably where you want it to be. But again, let's go through some of the degens or degen coins. Again, XCN, quite a volatile play, but we're still, trading within this pennant here. Again, I'm not bullish until we break this. I do not future trade on this, as everyone that knows that follows my channel. I literally will get bullish when we break that line. I'm sure you're going to get bored of me saying this. CRV is so close. I am incredibly bullish on this coin. I just need us to begin printing outside of this. And I just think it's going to print. I did say, look, when we entered a trade, which I put on my channel the other day, 49 cents, and then we exited at 53 because we were trading between obviously support and resistance. And now I'm thinking like, cool, this could actually print higher. And if it does, we're targeting 86 cents again from a short term. As I said before, I think, to be honest with you, CRV could easily hit $5-6 this cycle. And I know a lot of you are going to be like, well, that's a ridiculous target. But let's go all the way back in the good old days. I'm just saying it's not even this all-time high. I'm just saying, like, look, this bull cycle, when was that? January 2022. So in the last, big bull cycle, we got all the way up to $6.17. Why do people think it's not going to get there this time? Again, I've got my spot bag. I'm fairly comfortable with how much I've got. Obviously, we've had 2 months where we've closed in a negative, but I'm pretty darn confident that we're going to be getting to those figures. You can hold me accountable to that if you wish. Clanker, the million token market cap, it broke through the other day. We've been printing. We got into this coin around about $27. It's now at 43. Nice little pump. We haven't come back down to retest, which, to be honest with you, I'd actually like to see. I'd like to see us come back down probably to our entrance before we start pushing up on that one. And if you want me to do a video on Clanker, be my guest. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I'm like new to this, and I'm just trying to give you guys a bit of an idea of where I'm at in terms of my trades. So massive thing today. Solana staking is now available in iTrust Capital retirement and premium custody accounts. Look, Marty Party is probably one of the most prominent Solana gurus, I would say, but he's incredibly bullish on Solana. And to be fair, an ETF going live today where people can actually stake. So you can not only can you actually buy the ETF, you can actually stake as part of that ETF. Is huge. Liquidation map also shows 8 billion longs and 6 billion shorts. So to be honest with you, normally that's a bad thing. If I see all of retail, or the majority are in long positions, I tend to, begin to take profits. And like, if any of you are in trades right now and you're really up, take a bit of profit. Like I said, it's looking like, if you're in the Bitcoin space, wherever the chart is, it's looking like we're broken out. But the powers that be, the exchanges and stuff like that, will not want everyone that's in a long position now to be making absolute bank. So at some point, this is going to come down. Now, can we go all the way up to 114,000 and then come back down? I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to trust the charts, look at it on the 4 hourly and hourly. Because if we break it down to the hourly, let's see. Horrible, isn't it? Break it down to the hourly. But yeah, like a bit of volatility. It looked like we tried to come back down and test and go back up, but 109,578. If anyone was trading yesterday or the day before, and I told you today that we're going to be up to like 109, 110, especially with all the bearish comments I saw on Twitter, on other YouTube channels, and yes, I do, check them out as well, because I want to have an unbiased opinion. Just because I'm bullish and not bearish doesn't mean that I don't want to, obviously take on other people's advice. Look, James Wynn, who literally lost another 500k the other day, says we're printing. To be honest with you, when he says that, I get a little bit worried, and I tend to think, Jesus, should I probably stop my position if I've got the same one as him? Because for those that don't know, this man lost $100 million. He was shorting. He was shorting at support, and he was longing at resistance. It was absolutely crazy to see, to be honest with you. And he's got this big thing. Is, I believe in manifestation. I will make 1 billion United States dollars this year. Man's got a dream. He's obviously got a lot of money from somewhere. God knows where. But he's certainly prepared to lose it, and he does. I mean, he's quite funny to watch if you are into that sort of thing. Again, SSK goes live, the first and only US ETF to offer Solana staking rewards. I mean, it's just madness. If you went back, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, and you were to tell me, the president was literally talking about creating a crypto reserve, having Bitcoin meetings, Brad Garlinghouse would be invited to obviously the White House to discuss crypto. If you told me any of this, I would have said you're absolutely mad. And still, there's a lot of people that are bearish. I think it's crazy. And I'm not going to bring up M2 money supply because, my God, people talk about it all the time, but it's absolutely printing. And today, to be fair, I'm pretty sure employment data, US, pretty sure it came up today, and it wasn't good. To be honest with you, which to me tells me, I can't find it, but it tells me that, at some point rates are going to be cut. And guess what that means? Bullish for crypto. And that's what we want. Ripple price predictions, SEC approves first XRP ETF. I mean, XRP is getting an ETF. It's not just going to be Bitcoin and Ethereum. Obviously, Bitcoin more recently, to be fair, the bullishness around that had, well, not reduced, but there was actually net outflows, and Ethereum there was actually net inflows. Read of that what you will. And to be fair, we haven't even looked at the Ethereum chart, so let's have a little look. Oh, wrong one. Brilliant. Got to make sure you bring up the right. Lovely. I mean, that's on the right chart. But again, I put line of obviously support and resistance. We flipped that. We've gone above it. We entered the trade around 2,400, printing cash. That's what we want to see. Like, guys, if you're out there making money, again, this is not financial advice, but take some off the table. Don't keep it all in your trades. And please, obviously, like and subscribe from that perspective. But again, if we're talking about bullish news, Donald Trump says he has struck a trade deal with Vietnam, which, to be fair, looks pretty positive for the US, maybe not Vietnam. 20% levy with also direct access to the Vietnam thingy. I think Japan, from what I've heard, is not doing so well. It's now up to 35%, but this could be something to do with wider markets beginning to pump. Is because people are expecting, obviously, interest rates to come down, and also, we've just had a new deal with Vietnam. Basically, all the big players. China looks like it's going to happen. Obviously, Europe looks like it's going to happen. There's lots of stuff. It's obviously not great that he's threatening Japan. I mean, we've never had there's never been a president like it, has there? Just literally calls people out, slaps them with a penalty, comes back, renegotiates, and moves on. So fair play to him from that perspective. And again, like I said, Ripple applies for US banking license. Ripple is seeking a banking license in the US after rolling out its highly regulated stablecoin. It's a unique benchmark. Guys, as well, like, they're not the first. Do some research on Tel. They got a banking license already from that perspective. And again, it looks like that's going to hopefully pump and break through this soon. But it's looking like, well, Tel were the first, I think, in somewhere in Texas to get a banking license. But they're nowhere near as big as Ripple. I mean, Ripple were pretty much the size of Apple, which is crazy. The fact that they're going to obviously get into banking, and especially with your fiat. Look, fiat debasement is massive. Like, if you follow anyone out there, or even if you speak to your parents, the price they obviously bought for their homes back then, due to inflation and the price at which you can buy them now, is crazy. Any bank money that you have right now is going to be worth less tomorrow. I mean, for those that are in America, if you're listening, or anything like that, in the UK, if you're buying a bag of, if anyone remembers a Freddo, my God, 10 pence, probably about £4 now. It's probably about, well, it's probably not. I don't know. How much is a Freddo? Does a Freddo even exist? Oh, 49p. Do you know what I mean? I'm not that old. It's crazy. And they're smaller. If anyone's seen a Freddo, they're definitely smaller than what they were. But yeah, guys, just wanted to give you a bit of a market update just because, you know, like when good news happens, when we see this, I want to give you updates straight away. So if you are in trades, that you can obviously take profits. If you're not in trades, you've got a nice bit of advice there. Guys, please like and subscribe from that perspective. I'm brand new to this, so as you could see from me clicking on the links here. I would really appreciate it. Like, obviously, we've only done 7 videos. It's my first live. Doing my absolute best, but thank you very much, anyone that listened, and yeah, have a lovely day. Peace.